Hello, y'all. This is Julian Rico. This is a prediction video. The NFL honors start tomorrow. So, what better way to do it than doing the NFL honors prediction video? Now, I unfortunately miss the Pro Bowl prediction video, which I did promise that, but fortunately I missed the opportunity to do that. So, kudos. My heart goes to you guys. My apologies to you guys. But this is NFL honors prediction video. So if you like awards, well, this is the video you can see. Let's get to these NFL awards. We begin with the MVP award. Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, and Lamar Jackson. This is a real stacked up MVP caliber list here. Now, first things first, Josh Allen had an impressive season, of course. We can't count him out. Saquon Barkley going for 2,000 rushing yards. That's something a lot of people want to think of. He could be MVP. Joe Burrow had great numbers from coming back from elbow injury. That's what I can look at. Jared Goff, phenomenal year. Led the Lions to their first ever divisional round. Host a playoff game in the divisional round in Lions history. And Lamar Jackson, same numbers last year, but also same thing to what he is doing this year. This is a tough MVP caliber. I think it's going to come down to Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, and Lamar Jackson. Because those three men deserve to be in this award. Goff has some ups and downs in Detroit, of course. He had some good years in Detroit, but it didn't pay it off. Burrow, I think we'll get to Burrow in a second, but I do think he's going to win an award for this one. To me, I'm going to go with Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen wins the award and will be the AP MVP award. So, your MVP will go to Josh Allen. The Defensive Player of the Year, Zach Bond, Myles Garrett, Pat Surtain II, and TJ Watt. Now, this is an impressive Defensive Player of the Year nominees. Of course, Zach Bond, who signed a 1-year, $3.5 million deal. Outstanding year. All-Pro linebacker in his first season in Philly. Myles Garrett, who requested the trade, of course, is the defending Defensive Player of the Year. He had another big year, of course. 14-plus sacks this year. Pat Surtain is one that a lot of people are rooting for because, yes, he had a phenomenal year as a corner. The last time a corner won Defensive Player of the Year was, I would think it's DaRon Bland or Stephon Gilmore in 2019's awards. Then you got TJ Watt, and you can't stop TJ Watt until he gets his award back. To me, it's going to come down to TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, and Pat Surtain. And the Defensive Player of the Year goes to Pat Surtain. The way he played against wide receivers this season, outstanding. With that Vince Joseph improved defense from last year to this year, impressive from Vince Joseph as the defense coordinator. For Pat Surtain, the second will win Defensive Player of the Year. Now, the Offensive Player of the Year, Saquon Barkley, as I mentioned, 2,000 rushing yards. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson. Burrow, again, had a career year, could have been in the playoffs. Jamar Chase won the Triple Crown. Derrick Henry, monster year in his first year in Baltimore. And Lamar Jackson had a great year in a year where he had Derrick Henry. This award will come down to, I would give it to Chase, Henry, and Barkley. But to me, this is really the harder one. Because again, I think it's going to come to those three men. The Offensive Player of the Year will go to Jamar Chase. How? He's won the triple. He's got the Triple Crown in front of him. And with Burrow had great numbers. Jamar Chase, Triple Crown. Trey Hendrickson, 17 sacks. This Bengals team could have been in the playoffs, but Chase, at least he wins a trophy and it will be the Offensive Player of the Year. The Offensive Rookie of the Year, Brock Bowers, Jane Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Bo Nix, and Brian Thomas Jr. Now, Brock Bowers set a lot of rookie records, of course, including the Puka Nacua record that was set last year. Jane Daniels, phenomenal year, led the Commanders to the NFC Championship game. Malik Neighbors was the first rookie wide receiver to ever had 100-plus catches since Odell Beckham Jr. Bo Nix showed a lot of doubters that he can still be a top 5 quarterback for that 2024 draft class. Brian Thomas Jr. has some great numbers in Jacksonville, but I think it's going to come down to Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, and Brock Bowers. The award will go to Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels will win Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's just too athletic, and I think it's just the start for Jaden Daniels. Now let's go to Defensive Rookie of the Year. Cooper DeJean, Braden Fisk, Quinyon Mitchell, Chop Robinson, and Jarek Verse. Let me tell you, we didn't have these kinds of candidates. We thought it would be maybe, we know Jarek Verse, really good pass rusher. Jarek Verse, Braden Fisk had a career year, of course, for their first year. Chop Robinson had a great year, 7.5 sacks, I'm assuming, and if I'm wrong, my apologies. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean had a stellar year, and they're playing in the Super Bowl. It's something that these two rookies, and these two were top 2 corners in the 2024 NFL Draft, according to Daniel Jeremiah. Special of them. I think this award is going to come down to Jarek Verse, Quinyon Mitchell, and I'm going to say Braden Fisk over Cooper DeJean. It's a little competition there, but Defensive Rookie of the Year, top 3 could come down to Verse, Mitchell, and Fisk, and the winner for Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jarek Verse. The way you know the situation in LA, you lose Aaron Donald, you draft Jarek Verse. He's not Aaron Donald, but with the athletic he did with the Rams, this man has a future in LA, and I like it. Jarek Verse wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Now here comes the biggest award, the Comeback Player of the Year. Joe Burrow, Sam Darnold, J.K. Dobbins, Christian Gonzalez, and Damar Hamlin. Now Burrow, of course, he's coming off an elbow injury and then managed to have some great numbers. Sam Darnold, what a story for Sam Darnold. You go drafted to the Jets, traded to the Panthers, which those two teams did not go well. He goes to San Francisco for 1 year, learning from Kyle Shanahan, and then goes to Minnesota for a 1-year deal and show everyone that this man can still play football. J.K. Dobbins, who's been dealing a lot of injuries, of course, in Achilles, he left to join Jim Harbaugh and Greg Roman with the Chargers and had a great career year in L.A. Christian Gonzalez came back from an injury, of course, really massive loss for the Patriots last year. But this year, he was phenomenal this year. And then Damar Hamlin is always the cardiac arrest story. He always tries to push himself to play football. This, to me, is going to come down to Burrow, Darnold, and J.K. Dobbins. The winner for Comeback Player of the Year will go to Joe Burrow. The story will not be about, hey, I know Sam Darnold's story is a bit interesting, of course, career year, but think about Joe Burrow dealing with an elbow injury and a comeback this season to put some big numbers. Even though you missed the playoffs, that should have been a team that Burrow should have been in the playoffs. And he put some big numbers in his year, and this was his year, Comeback Player of the Year. We got a Coach of the Year on Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, Sean Payton, Dan Quinn, and Andy Reid. Both coaches, all these coaches who are nominated, congratulations for this award. Really a tough one to pick. I think it's going to come down to three names. Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, and Dan Quinn. Kevin O'Connell had a phenomenal year, of course, calling the plays for Sam Darnold. Dan Campbell led the Lions to their first ever #1 seed in the NFC. And Dan Quinn led the Commanders in a surprise team to the NFC Championship game. To me, this is a hard one to pick. I do love Dan Quinn in this one, but the Coach of the Year goes to Kevin O'Connell. I think he gets this award, and he's a real tremendous coach. One more award, and this one is something I think a lot of people will want to keep an eye on. The Assistant Coach of the Year, Joe Brady, Vic Fangio, Brian Flores, Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson. And these are we got two guys who are good, who are head coaches, of course, Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson. Brian Flores' defense has been outstanding this year. He's a good one to get. He's a good one. Vic Fangio, of course, who's going to be coaching in the Super Bowl as a defensive coordinator, try to do that against Kelsey. And then Joe Brady, interesting, because remember, he was promoted from offense coordinator to from interim offense coordinator to offense coordinator. The award will come down to Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, and let's give it to Brian Flores. The winner for Assistant Coach of the Year goes to Ben Johnson. I think he wins this award, and congratulations to him. Sorry. If you have not seen the biggest news today, Jimmy Butler has now joined the Golden State Warriors. Go check this out. And if you want to see my third episode of The Road to Super Bowl 59, go ahead and check that out on my channel. Again, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and hit in the comment section below of what other awards am I missing as well. Again, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.